Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Los de la Lucha, your CMLL review show here at BC WrestlePod. Of course, I am El Jefe, running the ones and twos and threes and fours and fives and sixes, BC WrestlePod. And joining me this evening, of course, is our two newest signees. I'm just kidding. Well, one's a long-term signee and just recently being signed to BC WrestlePod for a 2-year developmental deal. First and foremost, I got to my Puerto Rican brother, hermano in arms, my work husbando, Adolfo here, and we have shared a murder basement and we shared a casita together. We are bonded for life. But of course, also, we have the Lucha Cat, who is just newly signed to BC WrestlePod. Be like, yes, Lucha Cat is here, and we love him.
Yeah,
we love him. We love him. Unfortunately, we are missing Papa also tonight because how dare he be successful and have his play be extended because people want to see it more. How dare he? No, I'm just kidding. No, he's really bummed he couldn't be here tonight, but he's super excited to be back to CMLL and to the other show he does on Wednesday because he's missed everyone dearly. And next week is looking to be a really fun one to come back for, so that's going to be fun. And of course, we would not to be Los Lobos without our in the chat, Agent Lo-Fi, who is also giving a shout out to Lucha. Yes. So Agent Lo-Fi, honestly, he is our number one homie of this channel. He is here supporting us every Wednesday as much as he can. And he's also here with us when we do MLW stuff, so that's always a good time too. But be like the moment
it's a luchador.
Yes, the moment that Austin Aries beats a luchador, it's going to go crazy. But yeah, but stay tuned for our noticias because tomorrow night is the MLW show. But we're watching it on Monday because we got other things planned for the next couple of days. So that's going to be crazy. But yeah. So before we get into our review for this past Friday, a couple of announcements / housekeeping things. If you like what you see here and you want to be able to explore more of what we have to offer, then you could subscribe to the YouTube or follow us on Twitch or Kick, and you can see the VODs, the live streams, the edited videos, all the good stuff of all of our post-show breakdowns for all of the major US feds, a lot of international brands, and some independent stuff. We are doing amazing things and I love it. But if you are looking to, still, but in a bite-sized manner that doesn't require watching hours of content, then you can follow us on your favorite social media site at BC WrestlePod, where you can find our preview cards, our report cards of the shows and pay-per-views, predictions, things. It is a lot of fun. And it is really, really, really cool. And shout out to a big surge of people who randomly found us on the internet. I thank you. And we thank you here from BC WrestlePod.
Yes.
I appreciate it. More people to see our shenanigans, especially because I am excited because I'm looking forward to the end of the year episode in like a couple of weeks where all of you are going to be there and we're going to talk about good, bad, and ugly. So it's going to be fun. We also have some merchandise available to you at our shop, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. And of course, ever so often in the middle of our review, we will have our little friendo, the little coffee bot, be popping into the chat. So if you would like to donate to help keep the metaphorical and sometimes physical lights on, you can be inclined to do so, but no pressure because we love you. We know times are tough out here. Definitely. So with that out of the way, let's get into why we're really here to talk about it, especially this past episode. Let's just jump straight into it. We kick things off this week with timeout. Okay.
We need, before we talk about any matches,
oh boy,
talk about Olympic, our beginning ref, Olympic, and those white wingtip shoes he was wearing. Like, not to bring up a dead phrase, but what are those?
For reals.
Oh, that's it. That's all. Go ahead. I had to point those out because they were just white patent leather, beautiful. Go ahead.
Hey, you know what? I am all good with that. So now that we got the I would say the fashion point out of the way, but we're going to continue to talk about fashion for some of these peoples. Now let's get into the show. So we kicked things off this past Friday with a bit of a rematch. So we got this the previous week, and now we are getting it again because, in this one, normally I was like, again, we get another DQ again. But you know what? This is fun because it's building up to that cage match in January where somebody is gonna lose the mask, and it's gonna be crazy. This match was so much fun. We got another mask. Everybody's ripping each other's masks, and I was like, this is great. I love this so freaking much.
Yeah, I mean, as we say week in and week out, the first match sets the tone, and this match set the tone really well. Like you said, Mikey, masks were getting ripped left and right. Oro Jr. and Diamond and Polvora and El Coyote. I mean, they are not only are they like are they powerful, but they are very agile. You know, Polvora and El Coyote are two of the rudos that do aerial things. So we saw a lot of. There's a lot of from the top rope going out of the ring. Oro Jr. He did a tope and ended up like overshooting. I think it was El Coyote and going into the barricade. Ow! But our technical team does end up with the win in this, just because El Coyote ends up just taking off Diamond's mask right in front of our SWAT ref Olympico, and he disqualified the Rudos. So fun match. But yeah, as Primo said, great energy, good energy. Yep. Proper build to the feud, and I'm ready for part 3.
I am too. And like Primo says, we are building to that New Year's cage match, and so we're gonna see a couple of repeats. But again, like you pointed out, and like you said, Adolfo too, there's some good energy in this one. It felt like a proper build into a feud, which I like, because I was like, ooh, we're getting feuds. Also, my goodness, I love him to death. I was just like, we're going to talk about a certain somebody in the main event, because I saw a clip. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's working Rudo, and I'm kind of here for it. So I was just like, we're changing some things. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited. But yeah, again, by disqualification, Oro Jr. and Diamond do win. Again, very excited for this cage match. New Year's is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Moving on. I'm so happy the are back. It's been a hot minute since we've seen a 4-on-4 Atomico. First of all, I was like, everybody is dressing. They got the color scheme down. Everybody coming in with everyone. I have to also say that I forgot until I watched the episode. I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of a collab show with Linkin Park of all people. So the band members had their own banners hanging in the arena. I was like, hey, I recognize you, Mr. Mike Shinoda.
We had main event. They were Team Lincoln and Team Park. You could tell they were playing Linkin Park music for the intro, and then they had to like put the non.
We had to overdub it to avoid copyright on YouTube. I was like,
that's okay. Anyway, I have the CDs. I just played them. That's all.
I remember those days, burning them onto and making mixtapes for people. Is crazy out here. Good times. But we get a relevo Atomicos, so 4-on-4 here. So we have the team of Stigma and Arku. I was like, yes, give me blue and white Greek porcelain. I love the color scheme that we were working with. It was great. And they took on, of course, the team of Graneo and Fras Junior Uno. I had fun. This was fun.
All right, cool. That's 2 out of 3 false, because he got pinned. The second pinfall, Infarto and Cranio end up getting pinned by Pueblana. Pueblana. And then our second again, when he did a sit on Arcalis. So yeah, a lot of fun. I felt like it carried over the energy from maybe even doing it more. A good portion of these stars are, stars, and these, other than I think Cranio, all these Lucha example.
Yeah. So, okay. Hang on. Breaking news. This is going to be crazy. So Primo coming in with some news. Side note, news was on the S list. You should very much read the latest Lucha blog, and definitely a trigger warning. Oh no.
Boy.
Not a trigger warning. Oh no. Hold up. Hang on. Let me pull this up real quick. Oh no. What am I going to look at? Anyways. So, and don't know if CMLL is doing anything. So just so you know. Oh boy. Here we go. All right. Let me look at this up. Okay. Alrighty. So I think this match was a lot of fun. I love a match. So, oh no. Oh God. Damn. That's crazy. We'll talk afterwards, because I don't want to say this on air, but yeah, that's serious. Look, Primo, that's very, very serious. No. Okay, all right. So, I mean, I appreciate you giving the heads up and the trigger warning. We'll talk afterwards, Adolfo. Yeah. We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah.
So, but keeping this going, again, really, really fun. This was a lot of fun. I love the Atomicos match. And of course, we get us winning this one in the end. So I had a good time with this. So shout out to everybody. This was a good time. Moving on into our third match of the evening. This is where we get some Amazonas action and we get faction on faction kind of warfare. So we get revamped version of Las Infernales, which is Zuxis, Juvia, and yeah, taking on Las, which is Mars Princess and La Mag. I love this. I was just like, oh, these girls are here to fight, and fight they did.
Yes, they.
I was like, I love Amazona faction on faction warfare. I'm just putting it out there. But of course, this was our level, the Amazona. 2 out of 3 falls for us who speak it the English. Or try
Yeah,
to,
so we had two very interesting things interplaying in this match. Number one, our Técnica team is brand new Rios team, Las Artemistas. Yep. Yeah, the crowd didn't seem like they were into them, but you know, it was their first Viernes Espectacular, so we'll see how that pans out. And then the other thing, which I felt helped sway the crowd to the Ruda side, is Jubia, who normally is built as a Técnica, was on the Ruda team, but like wasn't was being a Ruda. So you know, does this mean we are finally seeing the switch of Juvia going to the Ruda side or not? I don't know. But yep, it was a fun match. Nothing. We had some great tucidas. The 6 of these Amazon, they all know how to do the thing. There were a few botches, but nothing that really ruined anything, or if you want to say it. Our first pinfall went to Las Nistas. Our second pinfall went to the team, and then the third pinfall went to the Rudas, so we ended up with a triunfo in this match. I will say, though, it felt like the crowd for this match kind of petered out. I don't know if you felt that way as well. It just felt like for the first 2 matches, they were really like, the crowd was like really into it and cheering and all that. And then for this match, which I felt was it was a good Amazonas match, but the crowd just wasn't into it. Maybe like Primo said, maybe it was just and the crowd really doesn't know how to, how to accept them, what to do. I don't know. Something was off with the crowd energy in this one.
Very, very fair. So again, this was He says we're having a rough go. I really dig Juvia kind of turning into this, so this is gonna be fun. But yeah, Las do pick up the victory here, so very, very fun. Can't wait to see what happens.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Listen, it is not just in CMLL, because every company right now, end of the year, like everybody's going down right now. Everybody's going down.
Right,
It is
but
like the law of wrestling. I think she just got back
out
too.
for a while.
I think we had this conversation like a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, she's back on the screen. But anyways, hopefully, he's like, we just got her back. I'm telling you, man, injuries are crazy out here in the wrestling world. But hopefully she's good, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. Like, I hope it's not forever, because lo and behold, our Novio, how long he was out this whole year. Yeah. And then of course Flip Gordon is out with injury, and who else? Like, it's getting crazy out here. But a solid match through and through. And I love the Amazonas are a lot of fun. Moving into the fourth match.
Wow.
Damn, this was so fun.
Wow.
This is the first of 2 championship matches. Yep. And of course, this is for the Mexican National Trios Championships. So this is Rios. So 1 fall. No, facts agreed. God, this was also my match of the night. But of course, we have, Los El Jr. and El Jr. taking on Las Bestias Diablo Uno. God, this match ruled so hard.
Yeah. I mean, they're two Rudo teams, so you're gonna have great Rudo action. In the end, though, our champions do retain, where Felino Jr. does end up pinning for them. What are you doing, Kat? For our champs to retain. It was nice at the end to see Guma and the Diablos actually go and, shake hands with Jr. and Jr. It was very, very, I don't want to say sportsmanlike, because I feel like it was cool.
There's an inherent respect.
Yes, and it was cool to see. There was no like shoving or like trying to take the belts or anything like that. It was really cool. I would love to see them run this back. Please. Let's have parts 2, 3, 8, whatever. Bring it. I love it. All these guys also know how to fly, and they are fast paced. This match, the pace was just like this, kept you on your toes, and launched El Cobar into the air, and it was just a double leg drop kick that he did, but he got so much height, it quite literally looked like he was floating for a few minutes. Like, that's the type of level that we were working at in this match, where people look like they're freaking floating, But yeah, great match, a lot of action, loved it. Not my match of the night, close to it though.
Very fair. Major Lo-Fi coming in. The Gemelos are totally getting those tag belts next year. I would love to see them get those belts, man. I really would.
Totally.
Speaking of tag belts, I was like, ooh. Anyways, so this is for the so next up, of course, we love this. It's fantastic. But we get our second title match and semi-main event for this show. The company has NJPW Strong, so these are for the New Japan Strong tag titles.
Yep.
The champions being Yo and TJP, defending them against Los Hermanos Chavez, which is Angel de Oro. And this is the one fall. I'm just going to fast forward to the ending because I was just pleasantly surprised. I was like, we got new champs. Chavez are the New Japan Strong, tag team champs. And I was like, does this mean that I get to see them if they come to the States? Please say it's so.
Right. And this is why this match was my match of the night. Was because throughout the entire match, right, you went into it thinking to yourself, Templario and TJP, they're probably gonna walk out, and retain. It'll be a good match, but they're gonna retain, whatever. As the match went on, more like little by little, at least me, I was like, Templario TJP gonna retain? You guys gonna win? No, okay, no, wait, they got this. Wait a minute, are they? And then Angel subs TJP, and it's over. And the Hermanos Chavez are your new NJPW Strong Tag Team Champions. I sat there. I had to walk away from the computer, not because I was upset, but because I was just that emotionally spent from watching this match.
Oh, we love you. Listen, it is okay. You are truly a manly man if you cry. We love it. No, this was a close second for me. I really dug this match too. No, yeah, I mean, it's already been well known that TJP is dipping to go to Orlando to work at the PC Center for NXT for a little bit, so that's fun. But again, the possibility are endless. If that means that, if New Japan decides to bring Resurgence again to Ontario, California next year in May, if the Manos Chavez are still tag team champions by then, God, I hope that's the case because I would love to see them.
Yeah,
but again,
I'm excited to see the Hermanos Chavez is now in Japan, facing off against Bullet Club, War Dogs, and House of Torture. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that they don't just drop the belts right away. I feel that would be a big waste of the Hermano Chavez's because they are great. They are our current CMLL tag team champions. They are great champions. They are brothers. They work really well. I cannot think of one match where it looked like either they phoned it in or didn't give it their all. So I'm hoping that they get a good run with the NJPW tag team belts, strong tag team belts, and I'm excited to see them elsewhere. Yeah,
me too. This was a really fun semi-main event. I thought this was a lot of fun. New champs, the possibilities are endless. I can't wait. I love it. It's good. So now we get into our main event, which is a tag team match. So of course, we gotta send the crowd home. How do I put this nicely? Not bad, but I was just like, I don't know if this is how I would do it. But you know what? I'm not booking the show. But it is what it is. But we get a Red Level Senses Jr. and Neon taking on Volador Jr. and Hechicero. Echi all the time. Love Volador Jr. He is also a busy boy this week. And oh my God, breaking news! I'm freaking excited now. Garcia and Yuta are the first challengers. We just don't know the date. Was announced on Informa. Oh my gosh, Death Riders versus Los Hermanos Chavez. Get it?
Interesting.
Yes, I'm so excited. I mean, both Yuta and Garcia have ties to New Japan in some capacity, so that should be a lot of fun. But let's get back to this main event. Always good to see Volador, who is also going to be busy this week, along with his arch rival, frenemy, nemesis, whatever you want to call him, Mystico, and Atlantis Jr. Neon. So I in the show, I alluded to a certain somebody working Rudo now. Atlantis Jr. working Rudo is kind of crazy, but also now people have a reason to boo this man.
Was he working Rudo though? I feel like he was just kind of
not in this match, but in a clip from one of the other shows.
Okay.
Because like him and Mystico had a match, and then he started attacking Mystico.
Oh, that's a big no-no. Interesting.
Right.
Yeah, no, this match, it's funny because I too wouldn't have been the main event, but then like I sat and kind of thought it over, and this match was what it had to be, right? Like you said, wasn't bad. It was, it was a pretty standard Viernes Espectacular. Dare I say a pretty standard Viernes Espectacular main event? Yeah, it was fine enough, but I feel after the two really energetic matches we had, I felt at least it was the right way to the show, where you're not like all the way up here still, you're like, but you're not, you're like, it was a nice feel. You had a nice feel. So
yeah, I mean, it was fine. Again, it wasn't anything to write home about, but you know what? I still had a fun time with this. No, and I was gonna bring this up too. No offense to Linkin Park, but the crossover is pretty lame compared to. Listen, the best crossover. Listen, I'm not everything can be what we saw, but come on, you guys. We literally had a Pokemon crossover, and that was the best thing this year for me in terms of crossovers. I wasn't expecting it. I love that what made it a great crossover was it was just a random show. We had a customized, championship. We had some fun. But I think what made it even better though is that like for this one, it was just some of the wrestlers coming out in Linkin Park like merch and crossover CMLL merch.
Yep.
For the Pokemon crossover, we literally had these luchadors like get wrestling gear based on Pokemon. Like La Catalina came out as Sylveon. We had you like turn into Togepi for a night, and we literally had Mystico become Halucha. And
but which by the way, I caught Pokemon ZA and I named it Mystico. So
yes, and then of course Hechicero coming out as Machamp, and that was the hottest thing I saw all night. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, I was just like, if we're gonna do a crossover, let's do something. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. Even if they weren't there presently, how badass would it have been for like the Linkin Park to do covers of the wrestlers' themes for that night or whatever, or like have something custom? That'd be crazy. But I know you got to pay royalties for that. Ooh, Agent Lo-Fi saying adding to the private show the night before for DD was better. Wow, crazy. We love to see it. But yeah, this was a fine enough main event. But it's when all is said and done, Atlantis Jr. and Neon do pick up the victory here. So, yeah, I love it when we have theme luchadors is what we need every single time we have crossovers now. Let's do theme luchadors.
Yep.
I need to know how that happened. I want to know the story behind how Pokemon and CMLL connected like that.
All I know is in the really real world, this past year, Pokemon has made a really big push in Central America, basically the Mexico market. And I can only assume in a board meeting, they were like, okay, how do we really reach the Mexican people with our brand, Lucha Libre?
Sounds great. You know what? I'll take it. And honestly, I will take it every time.
Yeah.
So, but that is it for the review portion so this is going to be a lot of fun. So let's talk about what's going on this Friday, because listen, as an AEW fan and a wet dream of mine, some of these people that we're getting makes me super excited. So let's look at what this Friday has to offer, right? So excited. So this upcoming Friday, happening Friday, November 21st, we have some really fun stuff happening. So we kick things off with the tag team match in which we are seeing Joe and Alexias versus Poseidon and Troglodita. So I'm like, more Escuela boys. Let's go. I'm here for the Escuela boys. I'm loving the Escuela boys. Then after that, we are getting a tag team match. So I was like, here we go, man.
That's going to be good.
It's going to be exciting. Then in Amazonas action, we are getting Lluvia and La taking on Zuxis and Olympia. And I was like, yes, Olympia and Zuxis, let's go, girls. Like, I was just like, I need more Olympia in my life.
Right?
I was just like, listen, Olympia won the AEW boys over when she faced Mercedes Moné on Collision. Like, it was fantastic.
Nice. Nice.
And they're like, I think I'm in love with muscle mommies. And I'm like, you should. God, it was such an epic match. I loved her so much. But then we are getting what is being touted as a dream match, CMLL versus AEW. We're getting 2/3 of Sky Team, Máscara Dorada, and Neon taking on Jet Speed, which is Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey.
It's crazy.
God, I'm so excited. Listen, I had such a blast with Speedball being a part of the Grand Prix, but now him having an actual match,
Yeah,
a tag team match.
yeah. That's right.
I'm excited for Kevin Knight, man. I
Yes.
really am. I love Kevin Knight so much, man. I'm so excited for that match. But then in the semi-main event, which also gets me excited, is we are getting the segment. So we are getting Edge versus our Noviano Jr. versus Guerrero. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, like a lot of my faves are in this match. Who am I gonna pick?
That is just stacked Rudo action right there.
God, I'm so excited. I'm biased. I'm rooting for my boyfriend, you guys. Like, I'm rooting for Junior because I want him to get all the things.
Dare I say, father versus son?
Yes. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
And Euphoria versus Soberano Jr.
God, that would be so much fun. But then in the main event, strap your seats in, gird your loins, because this is crazy. We are getting a tag team match. We are getting, Beast Mortos, attorney at Raw, and Leo taking on me and my boy. I was as soon as I saw this card when I was typing it up today, I cried tears of happiness. I was crying tears of happiness. I'm like, my boy. I love Commander so damn much.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Excited
and H Lo-Fi letting us know too. This will also be Commander's first and Puebla appearances too, because he's sticking around for the whole trio of shows, which makes me excited.
Nice.
And yeah, Friday is kind of stacked, and I'm really, really excited. And a lot of these folks are pulling double duty because some of them are going to be at Full Gear too. So that's going to be kind of crazy the next day on Saturday. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. And honestly, to bring this up really quickly about what you talked about, Adolfo, with Euphoria and Soberano Jr., it's like it's rare, usually avoided by CMLL. And this Friday, kind of to be on the lookout. Don't be surprised if they work around that.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see.
It's gonna slap. That match is gonna slap regardless. So
listen, I'm excited for every match, but of everything here, I'm really excited to see how Kevin Knight does in Arena Mexico, because I think he's great. And I'm excited to see Commander teaming up to take on, Mortos, and so that should be fun too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is going to be it for the review portion of Los Lucha. I do have a couple things for noticias, and they're all coming from the same event, because tomorrow evening is MLW's final show of the year, Lucha de los Muertos, which is going to be fun, where we are getting lots of fun things happening CMLL related. There are 9 matches on this card. I was like, holy crap. And we got a lot of CMLL talent involved. So I want to quickly go over everything here that does have CMLL talent. So I'm just going to quickly run through the card, because we will be doing a watch along for this on Monday, because, your boy is reviewing Progress Wrestling tomorrow evening. And plus, it's a work week, so I'm like, no. We're going to do, well, technically Monday might still be a work week for Adolfo, but I'm off for the whole week, so I'm sorry. We'll figure it out. But we got lots of things, of course. Killer Cross, Matt Riddle, should be fun. This match, I'm just like,
final.
Yes, I was like, yes. We've been following this tournament since the beginning, and now we are at the Opera Cup Finals, Místico versus Volador Jr., and I'm like, I don't know who's going to win, but I hope this match slaps. So hold up, hold the phone. Our Novio is an IWRG tomorrow, so it's a tough choice. Listen, hey, join us Monday, because we're doing the watch along on Monday, primo, so you don't have to miss Novio tomorrow.
Right.
It's going to be so good. But I'm excited for this match. Cruel and Brock Anderson in a bunkhouse match. That's going to be insane. Skyscrapers versus Good Brothers. My girls. Shotzi and Priscilla Kelly. This match, yes. Oh my gosh.
No matches.
This match is going to go crazy. Holy hell. Look at all these people. So it is literally like the legacies, and that is crazy. So of course we got Los Panthers, which includes, you know, Blue Panther and Blue Panther Jr. Fun.
Which really family Galleon Feather? I mean,
Hey, you know what? Pirates are their own. We don't judge in 2025.
they are, but you know, yeah, it's no, but this this match is gonna be crazy. I'm excited
I know this was probably made in advance, but like, could you imagine, like, no shade to El Galeon, but could you imagine Euphoria and Soberano Jr. in this match?
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah.
So I would cry and wet myself, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm excited for this match. So is this one Templario versus Guerrero Maya Jr. for the MLW World Middleweight Championship. I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes. I'm so excited. Yeah, but I'm excited for this match too. That's gonna be crazy. And then, of course, Scarlett versus Isla should be fun. But yes, this match also has me hyped. Okumura, Stigma, and Diego Hill in a lightning match. Y'all, we about to see some crazy action. So yeah, that is tomorrow evening, MLW Lucha de los Muertos. We will be doing a watch-along on Monday. So that should be a lot of fun.
And Bran finishing his quest from Don Gato.
Yes. Also, I need an update. When are we getting these brass knuckles back from Juan? I can't believe I'm going over this soap opera-ness, but that's why I love MLW. I was like, we get fun CMLL stars and Lucha Libre goodness in the States. And also, I love the soap opera-ness of MLW.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so much fun. So tune in Monday for our, watch along for MLW's Lucha de los Muertos, which should be a lot of fun. And that brings us to the end of this week's I know, I'm very sad it's over, but that's okay because we will be back next Wednesday, as next Wednesday will be the final review before we take 2 days off for the Thanksgiving holiday. I don't sleep, y'all. So we still got lots of things going on next week. But as to what remains this week, we still got a jam-packed schedule going into the Thanksgiving week. Tomorrow evening, I will be holding it down for the Progress Wrestling crew at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, as I will be doing a review for Progress Wrestling Chapter 186, Noisy Neighbors. We had some really fun matches, and I love Progress and to cover the UK scene. So stay tuned for all of that. On Friday, the TNA boys will be talking about TNA's Turning Point pay-per-view. And then on Saturday, you get a double dose and all the fun times. So at 9 a.m., Benny and I will be here to review Defy Wrestling's Aeon 2, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then the AEW crew will be here to do a live watch along for Full Gear, where we got 2 more matches added to the card tonight, which includes Kyle O'Reilly and John Moxley in a no holds barred match. And we are also getting a fatal 4-way match between 8 women that are participating in this women's tag team tournament. So Megan Bain and Marina Shafir versus Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirk versus Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus the Sisters of Sin, which is Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Winner gets to pick the stipulation for their semifinal match in the tournament. So I'm like, ooh. So that should be a lot of fun. And then we wrap things up on Sunday with the WWE review, where we will be reviewing Raw and SmackDown and then making our predictions for Survivor Series, because your boy is going to Survivor Series too with Mama Luguillo, so which I'm excited. I was like, I'm gonna wear a jacket though, because San Diego is gonna be cold. I was like, freeze a bitch off. But make sure you tune in next week for another exciting episode of Los Lobos de la Lucha. We're gonna get up on out of here. So thank you so much for tuning in. And from all of us here at BC WrestlePod, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll catch you tomorrow for Progress Wrestling. But until then, and until next time, peace.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.